Hello there. Looky here. Page 92. Rupi Kaur. The universe took its time on you. I can't even tell you about the timing of this phrase. And what I've written in the Notion, what I was going to share, has shifted immediately this very moment. I just had a powerful conversation with one of my coaches, Allison. So I'm going to dedicate this segment to Allison. Yes, I have coaches, mentors, therapists. If you don't yet, I think you should get your own team. And so it was really interesting that she and I talked very briefly about my understanding of God versus universe, and how some of the greatest deceptions and danger that is happening right now is the confusion and the fact that we use God and universe interchangeably. And so it's interesting because universe's mechanism is universal laws, dispassionate and ever present, that are operating as a mechanism of creating boundaries for God's infinite love to unfold in our life. God is the source, creator, great overall designer. There is quantum field through which everything is created that is timeless, that exists in quantum time. It is still, it exists outside of time. And yet in infinite love, time is created as a part of a universe. So the time of space-time continuum is the concept of the universe. It is one of the underlying concepts of the universe. And so it's true that in you and I have always been as a form of energy. And yet it is in the physical universe that time needed to happen and to be taken for you and I to be crafted by our Creator. And not only time eternally for formation of the soul journey, but time physically for the 9 months of gestation of the baby. For some of us, it was a little bit shorter, for some of us, a little bit longer. But here we are with needed time that was poured into us so that we could be born and take our first breath within the divine timing. And so I want to share with you that whatever it is that you're going through right now, you're operating in two different spectrums. You are operating on a spectrum of time and space continuum. You are working with time. And sometimes it isn't your effort, not your mindset. It is the physical time required for your quantum manifestation to take place. I know there are a lot of different concepts of quote unquote jumping quantum timelines and so forth. But right here in this physical reality, things require certain gestation through the law of divine timing and through the law of gestation. And the worst thing you can do is to scream at a rosebud that is still a bud and force to peel it open, forcing it to bloom. No rosebud will bloom by force. So pause for a second and think of your worth in so many ways as an infinitely opening rosebud. You cannot peel it open by force. And so I want to give us a powerful activation and awareness of having patience with divine timing, of discovering and unfolding and living from our worth. And even more importantly, having that sort of compassion and patience with the worth of others. Why? Because they deserve it, because they, like us, are children of God. And they, like us, are worthy of God's infinite love. So where in your life right now are you forcing and not trusting the divine timing? Where can you pause and trust? You trust while expecting miracles instead of forcing the miracles. So if you would like to know the distinction between trusting and expecting miracles versus forcing. If you would allow for me the need to force to witness as it's released from your body, and the new energy of trust comes through your whole body, that you start trusting that you're worthy and deserving of expecting and receiving miracles, and you live from that space and you create from that space. So if you don't yet have the journal, this is where you can grab the journal, and the next beautiful blessing and activation will be done from our app that you can find at Empower-Me app. So the way it is built, it's actually tuning to our energy with the best blessing that we might require at this time. And that blessing is, may you be blessed with mindful forgiveness. May your heart be pure and strong. May any harm and heartache leave your body now, resonating through the light of forgiveness, setting you free. Be blessed. And so in order for us to untap the law of divine timing, let's forgive anything and anyone that is blocking that beautiful bud of worth unfolding for us. And until I see you again, please remember you are worthy of God's infinite love.